I thought our guys did a nice job. They came out. They were locked in defensively, especially to start the game. One of the areas that we've talked about at length in terms of protecting the paint is making sure our shifts were right, especially having a low man. And I thought tonight, for the most part, we were really good with our shifts, especially with the low man, and doing a nice job protecting the paint. They ended up scoring 36 points in the paint for the game. So for us, that's really good. We got to continue to work on that, no matter what the score is or who we're playing. I thought we did a good job of moving the basketball, trying to play with pace. Our spacing, all our offensive staples, I thought were really good. While we tried to do what we needed to do defensively, we fouled a little too much, and we want to try to be physical without fouling, but. It is what it is. I like the fact that they shot 40% and we only gave up 10 offensive rebounds. So that was big for us because that was one of our keys, is trying to keep them off the offensive glass. But at the end of the day, we let our foot off the gas a little bit towards the end of the second quarter, and I challenged them to start the second half, and our guys came out and responded the right way going into the third. So I take my hat off to everybody on the group, everybody on the team from top to bottom. They did a really nice job collectively. It was a good win for us. Our defensive player of the game was Deuce. Deuce has done a lot the past few days defensively. The one thing that he's been phenomenal at is in pick and roll situations, just 1-2ing into the ball and warring over that screen with the ball, and having that type of impact at the point of our defense has been great. And so he earned it tonight, not just based on the night, but the last few games too.
Mike, the start to this game, to score 23 goals, to hold them without a bucket until well after the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. I mean, I think the record is 9 minutes to hold the team scoreless, and that was back in '87. Just what was working for your defense tonight early to start this game to be able to have that kind of start?
I thought we were doing a good job of protecting the paint, but then we always talk about, hey, if you're in the right shift position defensively, your teammate's going to have your back. So it's never this guy is on an island guarding the ball by himself. It's 5 guys guarding the basketball. Now there's whoever's at the point of the ball needs to do a good job of what our rules are when you're at the point of the ball. But when there's a threat in the paint, whether it's somebody cutting, rolling, or driving, we need to have bodies there to help out, and which we did. But that didn't end it. And then when the ball got sprayed, we rotated the right way. Our rotations were on point. We got the shooters. We contested shots, and then we ended it with a box out. So, and then we got out and we ran. So, we had 5 guys on a string defensively for a while there to start the game.
You guys obviously had a couple of these instances the last couple of games where you built a 20-point lead, and then it whittles down to like 8, 9, or 10. Started that third quarter as 20, and then end of it is 41. What worked for you guys to kind of expand this lead this time?
Well, the first thing is it's hard in this league to go up 20 if you're fortunate, blessed, lucky, however you want to call it, to go up 20, and then maintain 20 the rest of the game, or push it to 30. It's hard to do that. The teams are talented. They got a lot of young guys. They're playing a lot of young guys, but Will Hardy's a really good coach, an experienced coach, and they got a young team, but they're a talented team, and so they're going to go on a run. They did, and you just getting to a point where you put your foot in the sand and you say, hey, no more, and you respond the right way is what I'm looking for, which is what our guys did at the start of the third. So, you expect to run anytime we're up. And just like if we're down, I expect us to go on a run. So it's just the ebb and flow of the game. So I don't have a problem with it. But defensively, we started making sure we were handling our business the right way, and that's what got us the lead again, because we were able to get out and run off those misses.
Specifically with that, I felt like Cat did a really good job of kind of contesting and being in the right spot at the rim early on. Do you feel like he helped set the tone with how you guys were going to play and start this game too?
For sure. Cat is He's long, man, and he moves his feet better than what people think. Also, he's got a great feel. He's a smart basketball player, and so when he uses his length the right way, which he's been doing as of late, just wall up and make them shoot over the top of you. And if they make it, great. Just move on to the next play. But when he does that, it helps our paint defense a ton.
Cat was getting treatment on his calf in the third quarter. I know the game he didn't have to go back in. Do you have any update on that? And then also, what did you see with OG tonight?
I did not see Cat getting treatments, and nobody said anything to me. I don't. Did they? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know, but the guys that do stuff like that during the course of the game. Like I came back to the huddle, and they were doing something with Mo's knees, and I'm like, Mo, you're 19, your knees are okay. You don't even need Ben Gay on them knees, So it's just, I don't know, but he's fine. What was your second? Oh, it was tough because, you always worry when you get a big lead. You don't want anybody to get hurt, but we needed to get OG some game minutes just to work on his conditioning, and I thought he looked good for the time he was out there. I would have loved to get him to 20, 25, 26 minutes, but 22, 23 worked good enough, especially with the way we had the lead tonight.
Sometimes it's when you get a big lead early, natural inclination is a structure, but by and large, you guys stay within structure, maintain your defensive principles. What did you see from the second unit, particularly in the fourth quarter?
Again, I thought everybody was good, especially even the quote-unquote last group with Tyler and Mo and Yabu and Ariel and Jordan was with that group. They were really good trying to play the right way on both ends of the floor, and I applaud them for doing that because, they got to understand that every time they step on the floor, they're auditioning / fighting for minutes. And they need to continue to try to make, my decisions hard. And I thought tonight, that last group on the floor did that.
OG back, you had to make a decision to who was coming off the bench, who was starting. Both Deuce and Josh have been great in his absence. Was it much of a back and forth for you in deciding what to do with that?
In terms of deciding.
Who would start with OG back, and obviously Josh or Deuce one of them?
No. I was going to start OG when he was ready.
No, between Josh and Deuce. Sorry.
I was going to start Josh too. Yeah, I was going to start Josh. The thing that was probably the hardest was trying to figure out, because Deuce has played well, but just trying to get Deuce on the floor without playing him like a 20-minute, or 17-minute run, trying to break it up to where at the end of the day, and obviously with the score, what it was, didn't really hit it where I wanted him to at the end of the day, but if he deserves to play, 25, 26 minutes coming off the bench, if not more, and so trying to find time for him so we can keep him on the floor was probably my biggest struggle.